Okay, let's get started in child's pose. Let your knees go wide, big toes can touch, sink back toward your heels. Crawl your fingertips forward, and let's let it be a little bit of an active child's pose at first. Press the finger pads into the mat. Let your elbows lift. Rotate your shoulders away from your ears, and then engage your low belly. Lift a little bit away from your heels. Curl the tailbone under. Start to reach your heart forward. Let your neck lengthen. And then exhale, sink into the ground. So again, inhale, lift the low belly. Lengthen through the spine. Let your neck be long. And then once again, just sink into the ground. One more time. Inhale, engage the low belly. Lengthen, gaze slightly forward. And then sink into the ground. Elbows can drop down, forehead can drop down. Give your forehead a little rock side to side. And then just focus on breath. Inhales and exhales through the nose. One more moment to breathe here. And then walk your hands over to the right. Keep your head low to the ground. As your palms touch the ground, press the left one away from you a little as you draw the right toward you. So just clinging to the earth, getting a little bit longer in your left side body. Relax into the floor for one more inhale and exhale. And now walk your hands across center. Move to your second side. So over to the left, and as your hands press into the ground, you can press the right away, maybe sending your right hip back towards your heel a little more, and draw the left hand slightly toward you. See if you can find a little more length in the side body. Be here for one more breath. Relax into the earth. Yeah, go ahead and let your elbows relax down. And now crawl your hands back through center. Reach your fingertips as far forward as you can take them. We're going to do a little flow now. Press the fingertips into the ground. Start to lift your hips. Keep your big toes connected. Resist the ground. Arms are straight. And then dip the hips down. Open your chest. Shoulders slide down. Soften your elbows and gaze up. Exhale. Sink back. And we'll flow through that again. Inhale, flow forward. Open through the chest, shoulders back, gaze up. Exhale, take it back. One more time, flowing forward to that little seal pose with an inhale. Shoulders down, really nice, neck is long. And then exhale, take it back to your child's pose. Very nice. One inhale and one exhale here. With your next inhale, let's flow forward and find a tabletop. Set your wrists in alignment with your shoulders and your knees in alignment with your hips. Spread your fingers wide, press the ground away. With an inhale, reach the right leg to the back of the space, but keep your toes touching down. Now tuck your left toes. Press through your right heel, let your body rock back just a little bit. And you can stay here, or if you want to pump it up a little bit, pump it up, that's a very weird expression. Start to lift your hips and turn it into a bit of an awkward down dog. The right heel is reaching toward the earth, and then you're on the balls of the feet on your left, stretching the sole of the foot. Take another breath here. And then gently lower your knee back to the earth. Bring your shoulders over your wrists. Lift and hover the right leg at hip height. Draw your left hip in and nudge it over to the right a little bit just to square through the hips. Press the ground away. We'll take another inhale. As you exhale, bring your right knee to your right tricep. Keep your shoulders centered. Again, inhale. Reach the right leg to the back of your space. On exhale, right knee, right tricep. See if you can keep the left hip drawn in at center. Good. Inhale one more time. Reach. Now as you exhale, right knee to right tricep. And now kick your foot out to the side of the space. Like you're a little dog at a fire hydrant lifting your leg. Yes, and then step it to the floor. Yeah, secure the whole sole of your foot to the earth, and your toes can point toward me out here. Yeah. Okay, keep your left toes tucked, and just sink your weight back. See how that feels? Give your foot a little stretch. Yeah, so keep your foot secure to the earth. Focus on the inner thigh. It's on the right inner thigh. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can untuck the left toes and sit all the way to your heel. Just listen to your left knee. If it's giving you some resistance, then just ease your way back out of it a little bit. Give yourself one more breath here. And now inhale, bring it forward. Come back to your tabletop, and we're going to add a little figure 4. Right ankle. The outer ankle is going to touch the top of the left thigh. You can keep the toes tucked. You can keep the left toes tucked, and then sink your hips back. Crawl your fingertips forward. It's kind of like a half pigeon and a child's pose. If you want to take it a little bit lower, untuck all of your toes and sit all the way to your left heel. You can walk your hands to the left a little bit. Let your right hip drop down. And we'll be here for one more breath. Start to walk your hands back through center. Start to crawl forward, plant your palms. Now tuck your left toe. We're going to press into down dog and hold on to this figure 4. So lift the hips, press the chest back, and move your right knee a little bit toward the back of your space. Not so much that your left hip goes off to the left. See if you can keep that in order, but still try to open the right knee to the back of the room a little bit. One more moment here. And now let's flow forward and step the right foot between the hands. Place the back knee onto the ground. Come onto your fingertips, get long through the spine, take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the hips back, find a half split. You got it. We're going to keep it moving. Rebend the right knee, tuck the back toe, and lift the left knee. Inhaling here. And now exhale, lift your hips to straighten the right leg, flex your toes to your nose. We're going to do that 2 more times. Rebend the right knee, place the left knee on the mat. Inhale as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, half split. Inhale, return to your lunge, lift the back knee. And exhale, straighten the right leg, flex your toes to your nose. I just had a brain fart. Did we do that 3 times? 2. All right, let's do one more. Back knee down, inhale, spine is long. Thank you for being a cheat sheet for me. And exhale, draw your hips back. Return to your lunge, lift the back knee, inhaling, and then exhale. Now keep the right toes lifted. Hop your back foot in about an inch or 2. Stay strong through both legs, active through your feet, and walk your hands over to the right. Squeeze your inner thighs toward one another and gaze back at your left toes. So keep a little bit of action in your right quad, and if you can, lift your right toes a little bit. Yeah. The more you squeeze your inner thighs toward one another, the more you might feel in your outer hip or IT band. We'll take one more breath here. And then start to ease your way back to center. Rebend the right knee. Place the left knee on the ground. Slide it back to your tabletop. Plant your palms. We'll take 1 cow and 1 cat. Inhale, belly down. Exhale as you round. Find your way to a neutral spine. Inhale, extend the left leg to the back of the space. Keep your toes touching down. Tuck your right toes, and then take a little rock back. Wake up your left calf muscle. And then you can stay here or come into that awkward down dog. Stretching the sole of the right foot, taking the left heel toward the ground. Let your neck relax down. Just take another moment here. And then we'll lower the right knee to the earth. Bring your shoulders back over your wrists and then hover. Left leg, hip height. Take an inhale. As you exhale, hug everything to the midline. Let your left knee tap, left tricep. Inhale, reach and re-extend. Exhale, bring it in and tap. One more time, inhale. On exhale, bring it in, tap, pause. Now kick the leg out to the side of the space and place it on the floor. Your toes point toward me. Yeah, tuck your back toes, give yourself a little lift up there, and then sink your weight back. See how it feels in your left inner thigh. You can keep the toes tucked, or if you want to take it a little bit deeper, go ahead and untuck your toes. Sink all the way back. Just breathe a little space into your inner thigh. We'll take 2 more breaths. Take 1 more breath. With your next inhale, start to bring yourself forward again. And we'll create that figure 4. So bring the left leg through, outer ankle above the right knee. Toes can be tucked. Start to sink the hips back. Crawl your fingertips forward. And then if you want to take it deeper, if your knee and hip are agreeable to that, untuck your toes and you can sit all the way to the right heel. Stay centered or walk your hands over to the right. Get a little bit of a side body lengthener. Take 1 more breath. And now ease your way back through center. Start to crawl forward, but tuck the back toe. Hold on to the figure 4 and press into a downward facing dog. Send your right heel toward the earth. Send your left knee toward the back of the space, but watch your right hip. It's going to want to rock off to the right. See if you can nudge it back to center and then press the chest back. Take a moment here. And then we'll start to step the left foot forward, coming into a lunge, placing the back knee onto the earth. Get long through the spine, take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the hips back, find your half split. Inhale, return to your lunge, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. And exhale, lift your hips, straighten the front leg, option to flex your toes to your nose. Rebend, lower the back knee. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, half split. Inhale, return to the lunge, lift the back knee. And exhale, straighten the front leg. 1 more round. I'll try not to have a brain fart this time. Lower the back knee, open the chest, inhale. Exhale, draw it back. Rebend. Lift the back knee, inhale. Exhale, lift the hips, straighten the front leg. Flex your left toes to your nose. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Exhale as you fold. And now hop the back foot in about 1 inch or so. Keep the left toes lifted. It's okay if they pivot outward slightly. Walk your hands to the left. Draw your inner thighs toward one another. Let your neck be long and gaze back to your right toes. Take 1 more breath here. Start to walk your hands back. Rebend the left knee, place the right knee on the ground, slide the left leg back, and go ahead and sit into your child's pose again. Crawl your fingertips forward, give yourself a moment to breathe. One more moment here. And then inhale. Come on up to your tabletop. Set your wrists slightly forward of your shoulders. Make sure your knees are about hips distance apart. And now bring yourself forward to a bit of a supported plank. Shoulders slide back, get broad through the chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, elbows bend toward the back of your space, lower halfway, only to a place where you feel strong. Inhale, press directly back up, hold, try not to back up. Stay where you're at, inhaling. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, press back up. One more time, lower halfway. Really nice. Inhale, press back up. Now exhale, slowly lower all the way to your belly. Once you're on the ground, let your forehead rest, zip up your legs, interlace your hands at the base of your spine. No, so low back. Yeah, low back clasp. Yeah. Yeah, roll your shoulders back. Press your hips into the ground. Start to extend through the arms and then lift your upper body. And then if you feel ready, lift the legs. So reaching through the feet. Take the wrinkles out of the back of your neck. Every time your belly fills with breath, lift a little higher. We'll take 2 more breaths. Take 1 more breath. And then gently release to the mat. Unclasp your hands and rest one cheek. Shimmy your hips around if you need to shake them loose. Super butt wiggle moment. And then go ahead and turn your forehead back toward the earth. Plant your palms. So set your wrists in alignment with your elbows. So back a little bit, Jenny. Yeah. Tuck your toes. Get strong through the legs. We're going to press to plank. Super strong belly. Press it up. Inhale. Exhale. Find your downward facing dog. That was really good. Take a moment here. This is your freestyle moment in your down dog. I gave you guys the tandem mat. And your little feet are coming off the back. All right, keeping your feet about hips distance apart. With an inhale, lift your heels. Coil up the belly, ripple the spine forward to a plank. More planks, yay. As you exhale, pick the hips up, take yourself back, find down dog. Again, inhale, rippling to your plank. And exhale, up and back. Downward facing dog. 1 more. Inhale, ripple. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, ripple forward to your plank. Exhale once again, lower to your belly. You can lower your knees first as needed. Really nice. This time now bend your knees. Reach back, see if you can grab a hold of the tops of your feet. Zip up your legs. Press your hips into the ground. Now keep your knees grounded. Start to kick your feet to the back of the space and get as much lift and openness out of your chest and shoulders as you can. Then if you'd like to lift up, lift up. And we'll be here for 3, for 2, lift highest, last breath, and then let it go. Relax to the earth, rest a cheek, shimmy your hips around. And then let's do it again. So plant your palms, actually not that again, not the bow again. We're gonna go into plank and down dog again. So set your wrists in line with your elbows, super strong thighs. Tuck your toes, strong belly. Inhale, find your plank. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Very nice. Inhale, reach the right leg high, bend the knee, open the hip. Give yourself all of your favorite movements. You can swirl, you can reach out and kick your neighbor. I highly recommend that. Yeah, foot fight. And now slide your leg through for a half pigeon. So bring your right knee a little wider than your hip. Walk your left toes as far back as you can. Keep drawing the right hip back. And then sit up tall a little bit here. I'm going to give you a blanket eventually, Jenny, I think. Take an inhale as you lengthen. And then exhale as you fold. And I'm going to get you a little blanket. For under your right hip, you might want to have a little blanket. Yeah, just a slight prop to give you a little more. So then drawing the right hip back and then lengthening here. There you go. And you're almost there, Sarah, without a blanket. I'm just going to give you a little more. And then relax through your arms and shoulders if you can. Okay. And we'll just take a couple of moments to breathe here. Not sure why our AC didn't come on today. Yeah, it got super weird. This is a good place to find your breath again if it's gotten a bit lost. We'll give ourselves just a couple more breaths here. And then take one more. Start to walk your hands back in. Press your palms into the ground, tuck your back toe, start to lift your back knee and sweep the right leg high, and you can shake the leg out angrily at the sky if you like, or not angrily at the sky. And then reset downward facing dog and inhale the left leg high. As you exhale, bring it through, set up for half pigeon on the left side. Let your knee be a little wider than your hip. Yeah, and you've got that blanket. You can set up on the blanket. Take some time if you want to sit up tall, draw your left hip back a little. Inhale, and then exhale, sink into the earth. Yeah, this is looking good. Just let yourself relax. Oh, this one's looking a little more square than the other one. Good. Yeah. And just give yourself a moment to breathe here. Take about 3 more inhales and exhales. Last breath here. And then start to ease your way out of it. Walk your hands back in, tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, carry the left leg high, give it a good shake out, and then return to downward facing dog. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, gently lower your knees to the earth. Send your weight off to one hip, and then extend your legs forward. So you're just gonna sit off to one hip, yeah, and then bring your legs forward. We'll do a forward fold. Sitting up tall, and if you like, you might wanna sit on the blanket, just if you feel like you can't lengthen up, if you feel like you're rounding back a little bit, you might find. You feel okay without a blanket? Okay. Inhale, arms reach high. On exhale, reach your heart forward. Take a hold of your shins, your big toes, even rest your hands on the ground. Take another inhale, find a little more length. And then exhale, folding. Let your neck be long. Yeah, you can always keep a little bit of a bend in your knees if your hamstrings are feeling like they want to yell at you today. And then just finding some length through the spine. So really lengthening here. Yeah. Yeah, so keeping your shoulders back. And then reaching your heart forward, almost like a little bit of an up dog in your chest. Yeah. So same thing here, just a little bit, and then lengthening from here. Yeah. And we'll just take a couple more breaths here. One more. And then start to round up to seated and come into any comfortable cross-leg position. And we're just going to close our eyes and focus on breath for the remainder of our time together. Rest your hands on your thighs, anything that feels good here. Let your spine be long, let your belly relax. Take a big inhale through your nose. Big open mouth exhale. Seal your lips. Long, deep inhale through the nose. Long exhale through the nose. Continue like that. Long, deep inhale. See if you can elongate your exhale. About 5 more rounds of breath. Got about 2 more moments here, 2 more breaths. Last one. And this will conclude our practice. You can take this into a Shavasana if you'd like to rest, or you can remain in a seated meditation and just move on from there. Thank you all for joining. We're going to go off and chill out with our breath for a moment or two longer. All right. Thank you all.